right, Pooh Shiesty, he's finally free. Memphis, Tennessee's own. In April of 2022, he was sentenced to 5 years and 3 months in federal prison. And you guys remember how scorching hot Pooh Shiesty was at that time. He accepted a plea and pled guilty to a federal conspiracy charge related to firearms, violence, and drug trafficking offenses, things of that nature. And after serving roughly 3 years of his sentence, including credit for time already served, Pooh Shiesty is free, but he's not fully free, if that makes sense. You know, you're not going to see him outside like that. I mean, yeah, there's some videos surfacing around the internet, but he's not going to be, you know, doing a press run or anything like that, doing interviews at the Breakfast Club, him on a podcast, and him being super active. We're not really going to see that right now. He is currently residing in a halfway house. It's a re-entry facility as part of the transition back into society. So, you know, it's still progress. It's one step closer to being fully free. And with Pooh Shiesty being, you know, somewhat free or whatever, what's next for Pooh Shiesty? Because if you rewind 3 years ago, before he got locked up, Lil Durk was free. The whole drill movement was a real thing in terms of how big it got mainstream when it comes to talking about people's dead relatives and stuff. And not saying that hasn't existed before. It has, years and years ago. But with the emergence of King Von, and you had Lil Durk being celebrated for that type of music, he got bigger as a mainstream artist because of it. And the song Back in Blood by Pooh Shiesty featuring Lil Durk is no different from what Lil Durk talks about. Like, that song was everywhere. It was a huge song. And when casual fans would hear the song, they wouldn't really care about what the song is about because it's a catchy song, there's a fire trap beat to it, a catchy hook and everything like that. But they don't know that Back in Blood is a diss song. A diss song talking about real life events, occurrences, and all that. And Lil Durk was the perfect person to feature on such a dark, trap, street-centered song like Back in Blood. But that was 3 years ago. And with Pooh Shiesty being out or whatever, it's not really the same anymore because Lil Durk is currently locked up and was arrested for that murder for hire situation that he got himself in. And if you really listen to the music, Lil Durk pretty much hints the things that he's doing, the occurrences that are going to happen, etc. And the feds are not playing around when it comes to rappers' lyrics and stuff. They're really paying close attention. I mean, it's been like that for a while, but I feel like these days feds are really paying close attention to rappers' lyrics, and they're starting to get hip to the lingo because these rappers have been leaving a digital footprint for years now, so you can't really be surprised. Like, it's literally snitching on yourself, pretty much. And that's one of the reasons I feel like Pooh Shiesty's career is in an interesting spot, because that's, you know, what made him hot. Like, you know, his whole gangster image and how him talking about violence and stuff made him popular. And not saying just because you talk about violence it means that the feds are going to be after you, but if you're talking about real life events and things are matching up, things of that nature, they're going to put evidence against you with other previous crimes and things like that. And also, fans are very fickle too. Like, a lot of them will say free Shiesty, we want that real stuff. But when he can't really talk about what he used to or be as descriptive in his music, fans might just shy away and say that he fell off or his music don't hit the same or things like that. So yeah, Pooh Shiesty might be in a situation like that. And like I said earlier in the video, he's not fully free right now. He is somewhat free. When will the music come? I'm not sure, but I know for a fact Pooh Shiesty doesn't want to get locked up again, especially right away, because he pretty much just got out. And I feel like the level of snitchery these rappers do to themselves is going to decrease even more, especially with Young Thug, for example. He's not talking about the stuff that he was doing before. He's out performing in front of the court in Atlanta, preaching a positive message. There's videos of him playing with kids and trying to, you know, playing with the kids, giving them motivation, getting some good press. That's really what he's doing right now. He's trying to be on his best behavior. And some would say that is reflecting on Thug's current music right now, with his album UI Scooty. People aren't really feeling it like that for the most part. They're saying they want the old Thug, but if they get the old Thug, then young Thug is going to be in handcuffs and in a prison cell for a long time. And I do like Pooh Shiesty's music. I love his gritty Memphis type of sound. It's very different, and Memphis is in a good position right now musically. Of course, you have people like Glorilla doing her thing, you have Key Glock doing his thing, and hopefully Pooh Shiesty collaborating back with Big 30 again can bring some life back into Big 30, because I feel like Big 30 had some momentum with Pooh Shiesty, but once Pooh Shiesty got locked up, Big 30's career hasn't been going up really. A lot of people forgot about Big 30, but Big 30 is still here, so hopefully with them reuniting, that can help Big 30 out. And rest in peace to Big Scar as well, because Big Scar ended up passing away when Pooh Shiesty was locked up. So hopefully that can give Pooh Shiesty some motivation to make some great music, something very heartfelt, and make a comeback, you know? But it's all about how the music sounds, because if the music doesn't sound good, then trust me, the fans will let you know. And hopefully when he gets the okay to drop some music, he drops something as soon as possible, because momentum is a real thing. People will cheer for you and root for you, and then when you reach that goal and don't capitalize off of the momentum and hype that you have, it sometimes backfires. Well, for the most part it does. And luckily for Pooh Shiesty, he's still really young. Like, bro's only 25 years old. Like, that's crazy. And it's crazy how he made the ski mask more popular than it was before, to the point where people even till this day are calling it a shiesty, because when it was 2022, back in Blood Was Out, it was everywhere, Pooh Shiesty was wearing that mask, and that just goes to show how big that song was during that time. And I don't see myself or anyone else not calling that mask a shiesty mask anytime soon. I'm just being honest. But yeah, when Pooh Shiesty eventually drops music, I want to see him collab with other Memphis artists like Glorilla or Key Glock, or him just making good music. To be honest, Back in Blood just might be the peak of Pooh Shiesty in terms of, you know, a mainstream hit, or, you know, exposure that he had before. That might be his biggest song ever, but his career, I wouldn't say it's over. I think it'll be a little tougher to talk about certain things, but I think he'll manage and figure it out. His career is definitely in an interesting spot, especially now people are talking about snitching rumors and things like that. They're trying to attach that on Pooh Shiesty's name. So whether you guys believe he snitched or not, I don't know. Y'all can believe whatever, but that's pretty much what Pooh Shiesty has to deal with. And that's the last thing a rapper like Pooh Shiesty wants on his name. But yeah, like I said, as long as Pooh Shiesty doesn't incriminate himself and say anything to screw himself up, I think he'll be fine. I think he just needs to hop on some features, get his name out there, do some songs, freestyles, something. Just get your name back in the mix again once he's able to make music and be free, do all that stuff. But yeah, he's still fairly young. I think he'll figure it out, but it might be a little tougher than before, but if he can finesse his way around, make some good music, we won't see people saying Pooh Shiesty fell off, and I don't want to see that. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because people were rooting for Pooh Shiesty to be free. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see. But yeah, let me know what you guys feel about Pooh Shiesty. Are you guys happy that he's somewhat free? Are you guys excited for some new music? Let me know anything down below in the comments. And with all that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one.